Well, a wealthy young Texas man was given probation for a deadly drunk driving accident because he was said to be suffering from affluenza. This past July, 4 people died in the crash, and in the aftermath, he admitted to drinking and driving that night. But attorneys for the 16-year-old, Ethan Couch, argued that he suffered from Affluenza, a term which means that his wealthy parents pretty much let him get away with everything. Well, joining us now to give us some perspective on this story is retired Judge Rusty Russell. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today, sir.
Thank you, but that's retired administrative law judge.
Administrative law judge, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's get right to the heart of the case. A lot of people have a lot of emotional reactions to this when they hear about it, but can you talk to us about the differences between what happens in an adult case as opposed to a juvenile?
Yes, sir. Be glad to. What would you like? Or are you going to ask questions, or?
Yes, sir. Just tell me the differences in a case, and tell me the differences in this case relative, if this were an adult case versus what it was, which is a juvenile case, which is what the public should be aware of.
The first thing is that the juvenile system in Texas, as well as the entire United States, is treated differently than the adult system and is fairly consistent. The primary purpose of the juvenile system is rehabilitation. There is no confinement. We don't have chain gangs. If you want the punishment from, for example, if you don't clap loud enough, you get shot, as it recently happened in Korea. That's not our system, adult or juvenile. And the juveniles are given the benefit of the idiocy of youth, if you will, and the ability to make mistakes. And all of the programs make some effort to rehabilitate.
So you're saying then that the judge was within her rights in terms of this sentence of just probation with no criminal time?
I did not sit in on any portion of the trial or the hearing, but having some familiarity with this particular judge and the law, she is charged with making a decision that is in the best interest of the child. Punishment is not part of what she's looking at. She has to look at the effect on society, which includes.
But Judge Russell, isn't part of what's doing in the best interest of the child making them aware of consequences for their actions? It seems to me that this particular verdict, this particular punishment or non-punishment, is enabling the behavior that he came into that courtroom with.
Let me be a devil's advocate for just a second, please, sir. Now, I'd never heard of affluenza before this was coined, and I would translate it into a spoiled little rich kid. Even though he isn't going to a so-called penal institution for punishment, which neither is an adult, he is being removed from a permissive home. He is being placed in an environment where he gets up when they tell him to. He goes from one room to the next when he's told to. He does not pick up his fork except when he's told to. He doesn't go to the restroom without asking permission. He is removed from the home. The determination was that it was not in the child's best interest to remain in the current environment, and that's a pretty good start. He's put into a situation where, regardless of what he wants to do otherwise, he will sit in counseling for a minimum period of time. He will do chores that he's never had to do. Those are all in an attempt to convey to him that his actions were incorrect. He would not have received any of those at home. He was not sent home on probation. He was sent to a residential care facility where he cannot come and go as he pleases.
Judge, retired administrative law judge Rusty Russell, joining us from Texas. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.